Evanston Live TV. Please forgive my appearance. Please forgive my appearance right now, but I wanted to get this message out to you all. We didn't wrap on set till like 2:30 this morning, so I'm a little out of it, but not too out of it to bring you the latest information that you need to know and pay attention to. So I don't know when this is actually going to post, when we're going to get it, smooth and ready to get it out there for you all. But the most recent reparations meeting took place on Thursday, March 2nd at 9 a.m. They always choose a time when they know people can't attend. March 2nd, 9 a.m. on a Thursday. And there were some new developments that kind of blew people's mind. Now, many of you have already got the word because I did try to tweet while I was, working to let people know what's going on. I sent out a social media message to everyone to give them the latest. But I wanted to bring you all clips too, so that you understand there's no falsehoods coming out of Evanston Live TV. Evanston Live TV gets its information straight from the reparations meetings themselves. Okay, so the first clip that I'm going to play for you is of a resident here in Evanston, Mr. Wideman. He and his sister applied for Evanston reparations, and they were approved. And they've been waiting, like all the others, for a very long time to receive their benefits. Okay. Mr. Wideman receives the unfortunate call from the reparations committee that he and his sister no longer qualified to receive, and that they would officially be removed from the list to receive their reparations. It was very heartbreaking to watch. That meeting took place February 2nd at 9 a.m. So March 2nd's meeting is a response to that. Mr. Wideman came up to that podium and he was like, pretty much, what's up? Y'all got to give us something. You had the family waiting all this time. You approved them. You allowed them to apply. So they were just going to cut them. Just cut them. Like it's really, it is just a housing program. That's something you do with just a housing program. Like, oh, our error, sorry, you shouldn't have been approved. But when you're talking reparations, you pretty much told the Widemans, yeah, you don't deserve reparations. We're going to have to take you off the list. See the difference? So the committee started feeling the heat that was wrong. You can't do that to people. You can't do that to people, even in just a simple housing program. But definitely dealing someone's reparations, just cut them off. Just cut them off. How cold-blooded can one get? So March 2nd's meeting, the chair of the Evanston Reparations Committee, Robin Rue Simmons, was in a rush as always, just like they rushed to pass Evanston reparations when they should have taken their time and created a plan, because now we see the big mess. When you don't plan, now you see the repercussions of that. Now you're hurting people. You're hurting your own people. So she was in a rush we got to get them some money. We got to get them some direct cash payment. We got to get them 50 grand ASAP. And I would imagine it's to probably keep from getting sued or just looking bad in the press. Because, Evanston, that Evanston reparations PR train is a beast. Okay, it's got the world thinking Evanston Reparations is just ideal. So she rushed to get the committee to vote to give the Widemans $25,000 apiece direct cash payment. Now, mind you, the community was always wanting direct cash payments. I mean, that was always number one. Before, people were talking about land and, housing or economic development or education. Direct cash payments was always at the top of the discussion, always. And the community was always told that's not going to happen. So the Evanston committee never fought for direct cash payments because they were told no, it couldn't be done. You'll be taxed. I mean, they came up with all sorts of excuses for why it couldn't be done. But the point is, we didn't even fight for it. And that was what the community, of course, would have preferred. So now all of a sudden, the community is looking like, well, wait, so now you can just go in and get that cash and give it to the Widemans? When we were told 3 years ago, we can't do that. You can't give out direct cash payments, but you can go do it now to probably keep from getting sued or the press finding out, or I don't know what the rush was this time. It's always a rush to nothing. Just for PR sake. Rush. Make us famous. Make Evanston famous. So of course, the Widemans they deserve that 50 grand because that was wrong on so many levels. But if you're going to do it for the Widemans, now we know you can do it for everybody. You can do it for everybody now. And it's only fair that you offer that to everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm Kenneth Wideman, and I'm here to represent my sister and myself. I received a call the other day that my sister and I would be taken off the reparations list. My sister was number 8 and I was number 9, and it was told to me that in March that we would be eliminated, and in March. I do not have any property. My sister don't have any property, and we were on the list. And I come here this morning to ask the committee or people that's in charge what is possible that you can do, if you can make some changes or help my sister and I, since we don't have no property, and to be able to get something out of the reparations before we are eliminated. And I want to know if you all have made any kind of decision on, since I don't have any property, my sister don't have any property, if you made any provisions that could help my sister and myself out, since we were number 8 and number 9 on the reparations list. And I hope you could come up with some kind of decision that will help my sister and I out, since we don't have any property, and I hope that you can come up with something or any kind of changes or provisions that will, help both of us out. And if possible, we stay on the list. I hope you can come up with something and let my sister and I know if you came up with something that will help us out, because we don't want to be, everybody maybe have gotten their money, maybe, but we have not received anything, since we don't have any property. And I just want, some kind of possibly reparations in some kind of form that will help my sister and I out. And I hope you can do that. Thank you.
And what happens to the people who, the 10 people, well, they're claiming 16 got their benefits, but clearly 2 didn't get benefits because you're about to give them cash. And in the last meeting, February 2nd, it was stated only 10 have been serviced. So I don't know. You figure out the Evanston Reparations Committee, because I just don't understand. So what happens to those 10 who have received their benefits or in the process of receiving their benefits? They're getting the new toilets, the new windows, the home improvement as their reparation, or, getting their mortgage paid down, or being forced to get a bank loan to buy property because they have no other choice, which is what they tried to do to the Widemans, tried to get them to buy property. And the Widemans were like, we're at a stage in our life where, no, we don't want to take care of a house or apply for a loan and all of that. They had made that clear, I guess, early on in the process when they were, approved. So, yeah. So what happens to those 10? Now do they feel slighted? Like, well, wait a minute. You mean I could have got the cash directly in my hands as opposed to you sending the benefits to SEPA, the white led organization out in Lake County, and them giving the money to their contractors and mortgage lenders that they have relationships with, of which none were Black? So you mean I had that choice? Because we were led to believe that that wasn't possible. But now all of a sudden you got access to that money and you can give it direct.
It's not real reparations unless you give the descendants of slavery actual money and let them choose how they want to spend it, as if they're adults. Ooh. But still, congratulations to the Black people of Evanston, and congratulations to all the white people who are going to find a way to game the system.
So Alderperson Devon Reid steps in, as always, on the Evanston Reparations Committee and questions. He always brings a new approach, a new thought. I see them as always dismissing him. He says, they don't dismiss me, but, he is very supportive of them, but he's always trying to get them to do the right thing, and they just never want to go in that direction. So he's kind of giving a warning, like, that's a bad idea. You can't give direct cash payments to 2 and then not give it to the others. That is a very bad idea. You're going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. Like, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. So he wanted to pass a motion Thursday, March 2nd, that they allow for direct cash payments for everyone. So he voted no to passing that the Widemans get the 50 grand. not because he doesn't think that they deserve it, but because you can't allow it for two people and then not put in the motion to make it happen for the remaining that's on the list. So he's a leader. He's thinking like that, like that. No, you can't do that to the people. You can't do that to the people. So he voted no. Of course, the others followed. Yes, give it to them. Not thinking about how it was going to impact the others or how they will feel about it. And Alderperson Chrissy Harris is related to the Widemans, and she's on the Evanston Reparations Committee. So she did not vote. She said, I'm a family member, their family. So she recused herself from voting on that. But she didn't fight for direct cash payments for everyone. Like, even though this is her family that's being called to this motion, I felt like she should have said, I know this is my family, but I got to look out for everyone as well. I'm an alderman now. I'm an alderperson now. And we can't do this to the people. But it was Devon Reid, Alderperson Devon Reid, who spoke for the people. So it was very, very interesting. And Robin Rue Simmons, the chair of Evanston Reparations Committee, would not second the motion for Devon with the let's get everyone direct cash payments. The fact that the community wanted direct cash payments out the gate, but the Reparations Committee wouldn't fight, even put it on the table for the community to mobilize and fight for the direct cash payments for their reparations. It was never put on the table for us to come up behind Robin Rue Simmons and say, yes, this is what we want. No, it went straight to new toilets, new windows, get this bank loan so you get this property. Yeah. So the choice was taken out of the community's hands. So, it's it was already starting to cause some mistrust, distrust around Evanston Reparations and the committee and how they've been operating. Now it's really there. So you mean to tell us you could have got this cash a long time ago? Devon Reid had asked Robin Rue Simmons, so are you going to pass this through city council for a vote? And she said, no. Attorney Nick Cummings said, I don't have to. I can, just as a committee, it can pass through this committee and I can go get the money and give it to the Widemans without the city council knowing anything, doing anything, voting on anything. So Alderperson Devon Reid requested a special meeting. Let's have a meeting. Let's have a discussion about this. So Robin Rue Simmons, of course, the cameras are on. You got to agree to it. Like, okay, we could do a virtual meeting, a hybrid meeting. I'll be virtual. But first, let's talk to Nick Cummings. And, Nick Cummings is pretty much going to do whatever. Put it this way, Nick Cummings and Alderperson Devon Reid don't always see eye to eye on things. Often they don't see eye to eye on things. And whatever Devon Reid brings to the table, Nick Cummings is going to find some legal something to say, I would advise against it. Because if Nick Cummings really, was working with the committee to get direct cash payments, it seemed to be really easy and quick for the Widemans, but it hasn't been for the past 3 years. So when they do have this meeting, which we're waiting on that date and time, maybe by the time this video posts, we'll know the date and time of this special meeting to discuss direct amending to offer direct cash payments after all this time, after everyone has been saying we want direct cash payments. Now all of a sudden, oh, it might be possible because we have to give it to the Widemans to make sure we don't get sued or we look bad to the press. So now it's going to look like, oh, Evanston Reparations Committee is getting us direct cash payments. No, Alderperson Devon Reid has been pushing for that for the longest, and the door was always shut in his face, as well as community members who have come forward saying, we want direct cash payments. The door was always shut in their face. But now it might be possible. So please, if you can, come to this meeting, and you have to back Alderperson Devon Reid. You have to back him up in this push, in this fight. If you want direct cash payments, direct 25 grand, direct to you, no white-led organization out in Lake County will touch your money. No other organization set up for side hustles will touch your money. It goes direct to you. If that's what you want for your reparations, then I highly suggest you attend that meeting and be heard for what you want for your reparations. Me personally, I voiced in the March 2nd meeting, I think Black people in this country need to be tax exempt and or direct cash payments and or free healthcare. To me, those three things are real and will make a difference. New windows, a new toilet, a new shower. Doesn't really, I don't know. I mean, some people really need it. No one's against anyone getting a housing program, but being proud that that was a new toilet, a new shower was my reparations for all of what my family and myself have gone through. No,